Yay, thank you. They haven't discovered the pond yet, so we're helping them discover. Oh no.
Not a fun? Maybe not a fun?
Too much water.
We're finishing stapling the fence because we didn't do as much yesterday.
Are you happy with how it turned out?
Yeah, like as always, given the fact that it's our first kind of fencing like this, like there's obvious mistakes that we've done and like things that could be better, but
I think it turned out pretty good.
it looks solid. I think it'll do the job.
So now what do we need to do? Well, we need to go around and staple the fence to the tensioning wires, which we didn't do all the way around yesterday, and we need to do a massive clear up. There's a lot of material that we need to get rid of. There was just a lot of rubbish in there in general in this area, so we've done a big clear up in there. We also need to carry on digging out the channel, so we had to divert the water that was coming into the IBC into the channel, which you probably saw in the other video, and we only got so far digging out the channel. It would be cool to finish digging it out all the way along the edge of that terrace so that we can have water going anywhere. Oh, we need a duck home actually. They will all share the same coop, but we're hoping to get more chickens now because we've got a lot more space, and it'll get a bit crowded in there, so the ducks need their own home. We need to cover the IBC. We need to put the guttering from the roof of the chicken coop into the IBC, clear out all the old straw and stuff that was underneath the chicken coop when we moved it, and put it in the compost. Quite a few things to do actually. I think they're all eyeing up the pond now. Look at them. They're curious.
You could say they are pondering.
They're certainly pondering. They're like, how did you get so wet? Where's the water? So nice to hear they're running water, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like when we have the main deposit filled again and we figure out how we're getting water into it, we should just like optimize for water like falling down places so that we get that trickling sound everywhere. So it's so nice.
We used to have it a lot, and now
we used to have it all the time. I miss it.
But we haven't had it for a while, and now I associate it with leakage instead of with peacefulness. Yeah. So it's hard to get used to. Get used to it again.
Yeah, that's true.
You wanna staple on the outside a bit?
Sure.
Just like.
I'm curious what this little tree is. Like, I think it could be something interesting growing here. I actually think we made a good choice as well to like not put the fencing like right up against the channel wall, which is what we were originally planning to do, and leave like a good space down here that we can walk through. What do you think of the tap? Handy?
Yeah.
Has this just changed your life, having this new Mauro is the chicken guy, so has this changed your life, this new infrastructure?
Yeah. I still haven't figured out the optimum path, but yes.
We thought we were like living the dream with that temporary one, and this is like the 10 times upgrade. After a frankly pretty stressful couple of weeks getting the chicken food forest project finished, where basically the only time we spent together was mixing cement or trying to explain ourselves in the fencing shop, we've been grateful to slow down a bit this last week and enjoy spending some less stressful time together. The almonds are in blossom now, and we took a beautiful drive to see our friends Danny and Kate and their daughter Isabel just across the border in Catalonia. Yeah, it's looking good. Oh, look who it is! How was your nap? How was your nap?
Really good nap.
That was a long nap.
Too much
Clear into the distance. Back home, we've been enjoying taking the donkeys out on lots of walks, and I've finally been finding the time to get back into running. It's not always as often or as far as I'd like, but I try to make the time for what I can. It feels like such a treat to myself to get outside alone up here in the hills, even for just half an hour. And this might just be me, but after getting hot and sweaty, I like to finish off with a cold shower. It just feels so good for the rest of the day. I'm not a high maintenance kind of girl, as you can probably tell. I'm really just about the basics, but those basics, I have to absolutely love them. And I love Wild products. I have done since I started using them over a year ago now. It is a refillable deodorant stick, as you can probably tell. For me, I think the most important thing is that Wild is totally powered by plants. There are no aluminium salts, parabens or sulfates in any of their products, and all of their formulas are certified vegan and cruelty-free. You come up here to watch the chickens with me, Toffee. We like sitting up here because we like to watch the chickens and the ducks and their new food forest. They're still not using the pond though. Wild are on a mission to eliminate plastic waste in everyday essentials, which is why they package their product in these beautiful reusable cases which last a lifetime and can simply be refilled with fresh inserts, meaning you can try gorgeous new scents like this, strawberry, red fruits and champagne, without needing to purchase a whole new stick. Wild also offer a few other refillable essentials like body wash and lip balm, all in beautiful cases, and they do have a flexible subscription service. I find a stick of deodorant lasts about a month for me. I do have a discount code Farmstead which you can use to get 20% off all Wild products for a limited time only. You can just use the link in my description or the QR code which is on the screen. I really recommend the deodorant subscription, and now is a good time to get this limited edition really cute case. Thank you so much to Wild for partnering with us again and sponsoring this section of the video. There we go, the whole channel is clear. That was extremely satisfying because not only is it nice to see the channel clear, but I pulled out loads of junk from in it which had been there for a long time. I found the end up here, so that's where it stops, and it goes all the way along the edge of this field. I'll put an aerial map up so that you can see where it is from a bird's eye view if you can't quite picture. But we are along here. And it's interesting because I know we said we weren't going to use these irrigation channels, but this one is actually in really good condition. It's got lots of the little doors as well. None of the actual channel is broken and needs repairs, so it's just the missing doors which we would need to make new ones of. But yeah, now I'm just rethinking things. Now we've got it open, maybe we should use it in this field. Anyway, stuff to think about. Not a project for now, that's for sure. But yeah, at least the water's going somewhere useful now and it's not flooding any particular spot, so yeah. It's not. So, as if the donkeys don't have enough room already, I've been trying to open up a little bit more space for them, just along an extra little bit of terrace which is not currently fenced. I just want them to clear it for me basically because it's very overgrown. Oh, just going down the dangerous steps. It's very overgrown and I just want them to clear it for me basically so I can see what's actually there. Something's been through here, that's for sure. Look at that. Path of something. Javali, most likely. It is an absolute jungle in here. Ugh. It is still my goal to get this whole area, all of these terraces, completely fenced properly with like the double rows of cable. That's why I'm going to the effort of putting all the posts in and putting these little attachments on, because little by little I will get around the whole perimeter of this property eventually. Wow, I've actually got quite far. I don't know if you can just see the IBC feeder over there. It's a little white plastic thing. Come all the way up the edge of this terrace. Almost out of the trees now. Eventually all the posts were in and it was time to start stringing out the wire. Okay, that is literally the last two of these little wire holder things. Just managed to find them lying around because I was almost out. And we have made it almost to the end of the terrace. Come a really long way. There's just this little section left to do, which is maybe about 20 meters, and then it tapers into a point. And I've just got to come back and finish off the cabling and then we're good. Then on this side, of course, I'm not going to fence it for now, just because there is a massive drop, so donkeys are all enclosed here. Finally, the new terrace was ready for the donkeys, and it was time for me to remove the temporary fence that had been keeping them out up until now. They were actually busy enjoying their breakfast at this point in time, which is why they didn't immediately come running over to check out the new space. In fact, I was surprised that it actually took them a few days to even bother to explore this new terrace at all. I guess maybe they just have too much space at this point, or maybe they didn't imagine that beyond the dry, spiky bushes at the entrance there was actually some lush, fresh grass in there. Anyway, I eventually did find them enjoying the new space, although I did have to sneak up on them from behind to catch them in there, because generally as soon as they hear you coming out of the house, they're bounding over to the fence to say hello. But yeah, they did seem to be enjoying the new area, and hopefully before long they'll have it nicely cleared. Yeah, I think it's finally time for this, as much as I loved it, flower arrangement to go. I've never cleaned these windows from the outside before because I've never taken this mosquito blind off before. I think it's going to make a huge difference. The windows are quite dusty and dirty. Anyway, that is now looking so much better. I'm actually not that interested in growing from seed at the moment. Haven't done it for ages. It just takes up too much time at the moment. The watering, the preparing, the everything. I've just been buying plug plants, which works a lot better for the amount of time that I have at the moment. But I do have a lot of seeds that are getting a bit old and lots of varieties of peppers and tomatoes, which are quite interesting. I would like to use them while I've got them before they get any older. And yeah, things like peppers, hot peppers especially, it can be quite hard to find interesting varieties in the markets. Same with tomatoes, they sort of double down on all the most common popular varieties, which makes sense. But it would be fun to maybe try and grow some of these more interesting ones this year, so we'll see. So today we're back on the utilities area project and we're going to try and tidy up around the edge of the roof. Not really looking forward to this. I feel like it's going to be a super awkward job just because of how we've built it. So yeah, what's your plan, Mo?
I'm going to start with the front to test the consistency of the mix of cement, because there's some parts there that are kind of overhanging, so I'm going to need like a fairly dry mix so that it will stick and not like drip down. And yeah, I'll take it from there. I'll think I'm going to finish this morning. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with cement, but I'm going to leave a hole so that if water goes into the roof, it can drip down. Yeah, and this is the part that is going to be difficult.
It's just like sticking cement like against gravity, which we've done before, and it's hard. So
yeah,
I don't know how people do this. It's because I don't know.
I like on the roofs, other roofs that I've seen, they don't.
Oh, you got a little helper.
Hi.
You got a little helper.
Hi.
Right, Santi, let's go. Leave Papa to it.
Doesn't look great, but it looks better than before, I think.
Made a nice little home for bees. Yeah, this is turning out like a lot neater than I thought it was gonna. It's looking really good. Obviously, we're gonna come back and render over everything, so it's basically just getting it to a flat-ish surface, right? Like the imperfections and stuff will come back, and when the whole bathroom is done, render everything. What are we gonna do about this sticking out?
Well, we need a different kind of saw to cut it shorter. We should have cut it earlier.
But at this point, we could just leave it as like an architectural curiosity. It took a few days to keep coming back and piling more mortar on the already dried mortar until the sides were looking relatively neat. In the end, it definitely wasn't the most enjoyable job in the world, but it also wasn't as awkward as we'd expected, and the end result was looking okay. I do think when we come back and render the bricks and walls and everything one final time when the bathroom is also finished and rebuilt, this will end up looking pretty good. You just have to trust me on this one. In the meantime, we also had another quick and easy job to do, which was treating the wood. Well, it would have been quick and easy if we hadn't had to be reaching over our heads the whole time to do it. We had treated everything for woodworm before putting it up, if you're wondering why we're doing it this way, but we ran out of time to get a final coat of weatherproofing protector over everything before we had to get it up in place because a friend was coming to help us with the tiles. But we did eventually get that done. I know we're going slowly on this project, but it's not a huge priority for us, and this year we've made a decision to try and find more of a balance between building work and more like garden and outdoors work. We will finish the new shower this year, at least that's the hope, but in the meantime we'll probably keep flicking back and forth between this and other jobs, also just to give ourselves a bit of a break. Anyway, after all this time, we've now made it far enough on our utilities area for the next very important step, which is actually installing a washing machine. Stay tuned for that next week, and thank you for watching this video.